three separated by half a second. A squirrely moment from Carl Payne off turn number one, loses traction momentarily. Jamie Woodcock has the speed, but he doesn't have enough time to get down the inside. Payne responds well and now starts to attack Sullivan. Mounsey thinks about a move down the inside, which Mounsey defends against quite smartly as they come on towards the infield section. The top three, well, this could go absolutely any way, and don't forget what we saw last time out with the top three swapping and changing positions a good few times in the AC40 Pros. This is the AC40 Rookies, race number one. It's Sullivan Mounsey who leads, but it might not be for much longer. Payne thinks about a move, but again backs out of it. Mounsey holds on. Payne in second, Woodcock in third. Harrison Crosby is under assault here from Luca Hopkins. Less than half a second between those two as they come on. In fact, Hopkins has made his way through, so it's James Rose who is now behind Harrison Crosby, although Hopkins gets a bit offline there. Still the fight for the top three positions as well as Crosby tries to respond. Hopkins is having to defend. He's past Crosby, but he got offline at the end of Devil's Elbow, and since then he's been trying to sort of catch up, and Crosby it is who has the momentum, but he doesn't have much speed in a straight line, and Crosby has just been swamped by James Rose. The championship leader drops down to sixth position. This is great news for his rivals, who all have pretty large amounts of ground to make up. Remember, there's a gap of over 50 points between Harrison Crosby and anyone else in the series overall. Sullivan Mounsey leads this race, but he is the least in contention out of this lead group of six riders, because he's the one who's missed 2 rounds of the 2017 season. He is the rider who leads in race number one, though, up ahead of Carl Payne in second, Jamie Woodcock in third, waiting for it to all go wrong, quite frankly, between the top two, because Payne has had a couple of stabs down the inside on Mounsey, and if he gets it wrong, Woodcock is poised to pounce. Dropping to the back of the second group of 3 riders, Harrison Crosby, the championship leader. He's going to have a hard time making it up from there. He's going to drop points in race number one in the AC40 Rookies. 3 laps remaining. The top 6 still all in contention, as still in a pretty closely packed group, separated by 3.5 seconds. That entire group of 6 riders. Dropping away from them in 7th place, Orlando Phillips, but it's been a good recovery from 9th on the grid for him, as we watch for the leaders once again coming in towards the carousel. Sullivan Mounsey leading, but only just. Carl Payne keeps having a little nibble down the inside, but he can't quite get there. Woodcock trying to run a wider line, see if that gives him an option, but it doesn't for the moment. Harrison Crosby dropping back from Luca Hopkins, and also from James Rose. Mounsey, Payne and Woodcock. Luca Hopkins in 4th position. The top 3 just making their way past the lap runner, and that for a moment put everything in peril in terms of those top 3 places. Mounsey negotiated it well down the inside. He still leads 0.2 of a second up on Carl Payne with 2 laps remaining. Payne goes for his favoured inside line coming off turn number 1. He's vulnerable though. Jamie Woodcock seems to have a good turn of speed down the Dragon Straight up to the far end of the circuit once again at the Spoon. It's Mounsey who leads it, but only just ahead of Payne in second and Woodcock in third. The top 3 breaking away as they did last time out in the AC40 Pros. Actually, we've got a similar pattern in the Rookies. Woodcock now trying to close on Payne for second position. The rest of the pack look to have settled themselves. New personal best on the previous lap from James Rose, but he's still got quite a lot of ground to make up on Luca Hopkins, who sits in 4th position. Mounsey holding the race lead as they come on back towards us once again through Devil's Elbow. It's Mounsey out in front, Payne in second position, Woodcock in third. A bit of a gap then to 4th position. Luca Hopkins only just holding on from James Rose. In fact, Rose almost gets alongside there on the exit of Devil's Elbow. Payne now into the final lap, closing on Sullivan Mounsey, holding off Jamie Woodcock at the same time. Luca Hopkins under attack from James Rose, who at one stage looked to have got himself alongside, coming out of the final sequence of turns, but not quite down into Paddock Bend. He couldn't get alongside. So James Rose holds station for now in P5 behind Luca Hopkins in 4th. Sullivan Mounsey still your race leader. Jamie Woodcock in third, looking to the outside now of Carl Payne in the race for second. You daren't take your eye off the battle for the top 3 places, because it's liable to change the moment you do. Here goes Payne, thinks about it, but Mounsey has got the racing line and got the inside. Holds on. Back through Devil's Elbow, time ticking down. Will Payne go for a last bend lunge? 3rd position with Jamie Woodcock, waiting for it to all kick off between the top 2, but it hasn't. And as they come around the final turn, it's going to be Sullivan Mounsey under extreme pressure throughout that race, who takes yet another 2017 checkered flag. Carl Payne in second position. Jamie Woodcock in third, and despite everything, Luca Hopkins in fourth position there, and with Harrison Crosby, despite Harrison Crosby finishing down in sixth, he might be fairly satisfied with that result in the context of the championship, because his main rival Luca Hopkins could only manage fourth and fails to capitalise, and the rider who really does gain ground in that one, Kyle Payne, is down in fourth position in the standings, or at least he was coming into that race. He's got the better of all of the riders ahead of him in the championship overall. The only rider he couldn't beat, Sullivan Mountsie, who takes the checkered flag in race 1 in the AC40 Rookies.
Fantastic race, fantastic commentary. Thank you very much, Alex Raby. He'll be back in just a moment with our next race, which is out on track, the Mini F1 Sidecars. You are listening to live radio coverage of the 7th round from Glanagors in wonderful Wales. It's the FAB-Racing British Mini Bikes Championship here, and we've had loads of people tuning in live online on our various Facebook streams, on YouTube as well, and we're also on Periscope as well, and you can also download any of the races and listen to them as podcasts as well. So if you perhaps won a race and you want to tune in to it, I know a lot of some riders have GoPros on their bikes as well, and might like to put a little bit of a compilation together, then you might want the commentary to go along with it as well. Just a thought. It's available, it's free. Stick it on your own coverage. If you've got a lovely onboard, you can do. So loads of people tuning in, as I said, live online, and Danny Murphy Brady says go Bugs, and Deanne Woolley tuning in, showing her support, and Kate Kozlova as well tuned in live online. Hello to everybody. Loads of people, and don't forget to incidentally share the stream if you're tuned in online as well. It goes towards raising the profile overall of the championship, of the particular rider or team that you might be supporting. So give us all a share, and let us know that you're here at the track supporting any riders here or teams. And next out on track, as I say, the Mini F1 Sidecars.
The original and best British championships for mini bikes. This is Cool Fab Racing. This is the Cool Fab Racing British Mini Bikes Championship, the official partner series to the BSB.
And we're back again at Glanagors in South Wales, not South Wales, North Wales, I suppose. Yeah, our second Welsh round of 2017. It's brilliant to be back. Currently out on their green flag lap right now, getting ready for the start of the race. It is the Mini F1 Sidecars, and with our grid, it is Alex Raby.
Well, there's no doubt about who the favourite is in the Mini F1 Sidecars. The number 26 outfit, piloted by Mick Williams, is unbeaten in 2017. Had a really tough time holding on to that unbeaten run last time out at Wilton Mill. But in terms of the championship fight, he's only 11 points away from confirming that he is champion in 2017. So after this race, really, the championship fight should be sewn up in the Mini F1 sidecars. Meanwhile, though, there's a really close fight in second in the series standings between the number 17 outfit ridden by Danny Stainer and the 25 ridden by Paul Qualters that made up another 8 points last time out at round number 6. Stainer's had a couple of mechanical problems in the last couple of rounds, but lines up here alongside Mick Williams off the front row. 0.8 of a second separated the top two in qualifying. Mick Williams on that number 26 outfit, the current championship leader. The only rider who can still defeat him in 2017. Danny Stainer alongside second on the grid. Row 2, Paul Qualters Senior and Paul Qualters Junior, just to confuse us. Third and fourth positions respectively. Row 3, Mickley on the number 144 machine, fourth in the series standings at present. Now he's got a fight on his hands to hold off Adrian Ems, who's only 9 points behind, in fifth. Getting underway then with the action. Great start from well back down the order actually. Adrian Ems, that was, making a great getaway on the number 76 machine. And Adrian Ems finding his way through into P4. So from 8th to 4th in the drag race down to turn 2. That is not a bad effort whatsoever. But it's going to be the number 26 outfit ridden by Mick Williams who will lead the way. Just 6 laps these Mini F1 sidecar races. Number 17 of Danny Stainer in second place and the 25 ridden by Paul Qualters in P3. And still close between those second and third positions. The pair of them have dropped the number 144 Mickley as they make their way through Devil's Elbow and on towards Paddock Bend for the first time in race number 1 of the Mini F1 sidecars. Well, Mick Williams certainly back on form, opening up a sizable margin on lap number 1. 1.5 seconds clear of the number 17 ridden by Danny Stainer, number 25 ridden by Paul Qualters Senior in third place. Paul Qualters Junior had the curse of the commentator in the early stages as he was lining up off the second row of the grid, but things haven't worked out there. Got that John Hosker, I think, on the 127, possibly further down the order, entering some problems on the start-finish straight. Oh, throw a tyre off. That's, yeah, no worries. Fantastic. Literally, you see a wheel go flying away, and normally that's because it's come off. No, that one was thrown in an opposite direction. Number 26, ridden by Mick Williams, out in front then. Second and third still pretty close to him, actually, to be fair, in this race number 1. A new fastest lap of the race from the number 17 outfit in second place, ridden by Danny Stainer, with the number 25 in third. And then that separate fight, 4th, 5th and 6th positions. The number 230, ridden by Mark Parker, picking off Simon Ibbotson on that previous lap, but Parker's now got into mechanical problems by the looks of it, going up the Dragon Straight, and he loses a place, but he might lose more than just one place because he's trickling around the circuit now. No change up front in terms of those top 3 runners. 26, 17 and 25 for the moment in that order, although the number 17 has gained again on this lap on the 26, and we may well have a bit of a duel for first place. Will that number 26 outfit, ridden by Mick Williams, go undefeated in 2017? Alternative racing lines there on turn number 1. Williams going for the inside, Stainer going for the outside, and trying to gain on the race leader.